What Allah did, according to Surah 4, He deceived people to think and believe that Jesus died on the cross. The reason why there's even Christians or people that even believe in this man who apparently died on the cross is Allah's fault. 600 years later, Allah comes with the Quran and says, hey, you know what? Actually, it wasn't even him.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough, man.
So the other day I was at Costco and I noticed one of their sales reps was standing at a section reading his Quran during his shift. As I walked by, I couldn't help but notice, so I went up to him and we had a pretty solid conversation right then and there. He asked me if I was a Muslim and I said no, not anymore. Then he asked me why, and I gave him one of my reasons why I'm not a Muslim. Here's how the conversation went.
That's pretty crazy, man. You're allowed doing that, like on your job?
Because they don't make money in my phone. So I just do that, yeah. Are you Muslim?
I was.
Okay.
Not anymore.
Do you mind explaining, or
I don't mind explaining, no. I don't mind.
just not feeling it?
No. Like, I looked into it, and I realized that it's not the truth. That's all. Like, I looked into the Quran, I read the Quran.
What
like,
about
at the time, you know? Well, it's just not historically factual.
Yeah. In terms of what exactly?
In terms of, like, you know, the crucifixion of the Messiah.
Yeah.
That's one major thing.
Yeah.
You know, it tells you he didn't die on the cross.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, man, like, there were tens of thousands of people that saw him on the cross. Like, people saw him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm with you. Yeah.
Like, historically, like, there's people, like, forget, like, Christians, like, you know, followers of him. It's like pagans were there. Roman soldiers were there. They saw him.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you make sense of that, you know? Like,
Is that like the only thing, or is there?
no, that's not the only thing. That's one thing.
Yeah.
What else?
I know this might be hard for you, just like coming up here, you're coming shopping, and I'm asking you like.
No, I came up to you, so
Yeah. What's your name, brother?
it's Hossein.
Hussein.
Yeah. How do you respond to what I said? You said to me, why did I leave Islam? I said I looked into the Quran, and historically, it's not factual. And you said, why? And I said, one of the reasons is the crucifixion of Christ. He died on the cross. It's historically proven. There's evidence. And then the Quran says he didn't die on the cross. What's your response? How do you respond to that?
Yeah.
Oh, go for it. Yeah, go for it. I'll be here. I'll come back. Yeah. So I'm just walking in Costco, and this guy was reading his Quran. Like, literally had his book open, reading the Quran. So I approached him, and told him I left Islam. He said, why? And I said, well, because the Quran is not historically factual. He said, what do you mean? And I gave him the example of Jesus dying on the cross. It's historically proven that he died on the cross. But the Quran says that he did not die on the cross.
Hey everyone, I'm excited to introduce my first iPhone and Samsung Tough cases. These things are durable. They are impact resistant cases that will keep your phone safe from bumps and scratches. And the inner liner is made with a maximum impact absorption. Philippians 2:11 is one of my favorite verses. That at the name of Jesus every knee should bow, of those in heaven and of those on earth and of those under the earth, and that every tongue should confess that Jesus Christ is Lord, to the glory of God the Father. These are now available on claytosapparel.com. Whether you have an iPhone or a Samsung, these come sized for different models. Again, you can get yours on claytosapparel.com.
Sorry, I gotta go in like 2 minutes, but I just want to hear your response. How do you respond to that? Just quick.
No, so listen, this type of stuff requires belief, right? Obviously, some guy are looking at it. Scientific review will be like, okay, this is all bullshit. This is all bullshit. But that's the whole point of it, right? Is like, what's the meaning of Islam? Submission. You have to submit your mind. You have to submit your beliefs. I know it sounds like it's like that's not what I'm trying to do, but this is how you get the most out of it. I'll tell you what, though. When it comes to the Jesus part, so what we believe is that God took Jesus to the heavens, and then he made the guy that snitched on him look like him.
Okay.
So you can believe that.
So basically, you're saying all those people that were there at the crucifixion that saw what they saw, they thought it was Jesus, but it was actually someone else.
Because it looked like him. Because God is capable, right? That ability, right? He made a guy that snitched on him, I forgot his name. It looked like him. Exactly like him.
Okay,
And
fair
he
enough.
took Jesus to heaven.
Let's go with that. Let's just say that's true, and that's what happened. Do you think God would deceive people to believe something that is not true? Kind of like magic or an illusion.
No, it's like
Okay, look. I have two children. If I made them think that something is true, but it's actually not, I know it's not true, but they think it's true, and I'm the origin of that cause. I caused them to believe that, and then hundreds of years later, I come out and I say, hey, you know what? Actually, it wasn't even him.
Yeah.
It wasn't even him. They will look at me and say, Dad, that's deceptive. That's a deception.
It's fair.
That's a deception, man.
No, but I'll tell you, like, in the Quran,
A little bit.
تفهم عربي?
A little bit.
Allah says, وَمَا أُوتِيتُم مِنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ.
What's that
You
mean?
guys didn't get, like, the knowledge only a little bit. You might think, like, and also in other ayahs, وَعَسَى أَن تُحِبُّونَ شَيْئًا وَهُوَ شَرٌ لَكُمْ. You might love something and it's bad for you. You might hate something and it's good for you. وَاللَّهُ يَعْلَمُ وَأَنْتُمْ لَا تَعْلَمُونَ. And this is the whole part of it. This is the whole regular, right? We don't really question God's, like, you know, like, let's say you have a big boss,
Yeah.
like a humongous boss. And he comes and does something like you would see as weird. He would see as something that makes sense. Would you go question him to the final last
Well,
day?
if it's deceptive, if it's not if it's not morally good,
Yeah.
if it's evil, look, God is transparent. He's holy, he's good, he's a redeemer. Like his character, his attributes, he's love, he's good, he's holy, he's perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, but if put aside God, if I caused everybody to think one way, but it's actually not that, and it's false, what they're thinking is false because of what they're perceiving, wouldn't you say, Hossein, that's pretty wicked, man, that's pretty evil?
You can see it that way, or you can see it the other way. Like
How
I said.
else can you see it? How else?
You can see it, like I said. وَلَا أُوتِيتُم مِنَ الْعِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. We don't know why God does what He does, and we don't. One of the big parts of it is that we don't even question it. We don't even think about questioning.
Isn't that a problem? You should question.
You get to a point of questions where you fall into like a hole. Okay, and this is like we all like it's all listen. This is all part of the belief of the unknown, and it's hard for a scientist. It's hard like it becomes really hard for speaking about it with like some guy who's a realist and some guy who's scientific. Like we believe that we're bodies, we're not bodies. We believe that we're more than bodies.
Okay, forget science, forget people, just you and I. If we're talking about deception, something that's deceptive,
Listen.
that's not a good thing, man.
So we both agree on the fact that there is no deception when it comes to God, right?
There
God
shouldn't
is
be. There shouldn't be.
So like there shouldn't be, so there
Yeah.
isn't, right? That God isn't deceptive. God isn't.
He shouldn't be, and he's not.
So is God deceptive?
But what Allah did, according to Surah 4, He deceived people to think and believe that Jesus died on the cross. The reason why there's even Christians or people that even believe in this man who apparently died on the cross is Allah's fault. 600 years later, Allah comes with the Quran and says, hey, you know what? Actually, it wasn't even him.
Yeah.
Man, that's tough, man.
Well, if you feel as if you did your own research and your heart feels content with it,
Yeah.
and you feel content with life right
Well,
now.
it's not about my heart. It's about historical facts.
Yeah.
And then it's about Allah's actual, himself admitting that, you know, the God of Muhammad, I'm saying. No offense, I'll just put it that way. He admitted that he deceived people. So that was one of the reasons why I saw that. I'm like, man, that's not right. That's not right.
Like what I'm trying to get across. If you feel as if you did good research, and your heart is content with it, you feel good about like life right now. Hey man, who am I to stop? Who am I to say? Because listen, like this is one thing as well.
Yeah.
If God made you think some form of way.
Yeah.
Who am I to stop him?
In what sense? Like me leaving Islam?
Yeah.
You say God did that?
I mean, like,
Do we have free will?
yeah, to some extent.
Not according to the Quran, man.
To some extent, like it's. I'm not really knowledgeable enough to speak in depth. This is stuff that are very in depth.
And plus your own work.
Yeah.
I want to respect that as well. You gave me enough time, man.
No, you're speaking about very like in-depth questions.
Of course, yeah.
These are questions that they need some form of like a scholar, not just any scholar, a really, really, really good scholar, for him to be able to break it down to you
Yeah.
in a way where you can chew it. Because even somebody who's dive in depth, it's gonna be hard for them to like eat it. You know what I mean?
I see.
Like the whole free will and destiny situation, the whole is God deceptive thing.
Yeah.
These are all very complicated questions that would need some form of submission on your end.
Or you could just look at it face value and say, look, history tells us that Jesus died on the cross. He died on the cross, and then the Quran says no, it was someone that looked like him that died on the cross.
Yeah.
So and the origin of that deception was Allah.
I'll ask you this: do you believe that God doesn't? Do you believe in God or? Are you
Yeah,
like
of course.
atheism or
No, I
agnostic?
follow Christ.
Okay.
I'm a Christian now.
Oh, subhanallah, subhanallah. Okay,
Is that subhanallah though? Really?
subhanallah? It's like,
Yeah,
it's
that's kufr. It's
is?
sharik. If you according to the Quran, if you
shirk,
yeah, partnership.
Yeah.
If you combine something with Allah, which according to Islam, that's what I'm doing. So it's the unforgivable sin according to the Quran. So you can't say subhanallah.
No, subhanallah, that you took the step, like it was obviously like it was written for you, like
Written for me. So yeah, so Allah put me astray. He let me go astray.
Aren't you supposed to, like, didn't he put you on the path on your point of view though?
What path?
On the path of Christianity, didn't he like?
Why would he do that if it's the unforgivable sin?
No,
So basically, he just sent me to hell according to Islam.
No, for Christians.
Yeah.
So for Christians.
Yeah.
Like again, like these are very like in depth.
Okay. You know what?
Very,
Maybe
very in-depth questions.
yeah.
Like I would love.
You want to sit down sometime?
I can't answer it. Like these are questions I haven't even reached today.
Okay. You want my number?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. One God basically lied to people, which is Allah, and then the other God is honest. It's an abomination to lie. It's like blasphemy, man. So if I read in the Quran that Allah lied to all these people for hundreds of years, it's not their fault, man.
Yeah, you're right.
They saw what they saw, but hey, it was an illusion. Come on, man.
No, I'll tell you. So
It's pretty bad.
We'll get off on one note. Just
Yeah.
pray to God that He grants us the path.
Yeah. Well, Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life." Hey, you know what? You have my number.
No.
Because I gotta go too, man.
Yeah. This is one thing. Let's just keep praying for ourselves.
Okay.
Like,
I'll pray for you, man.
Make pray for me, bro. I'll make
I
prayer
will.
for you, bro.
Okay.
Very nice meeting you, brother.
Yeah, you as well, man.
You have a good
Take
day,
care.
brother.
Yeah, take care.